Hey Scorpio, welcome to Honeybird Tarot. This is Shan, and this is going to be your May 16th through the 31st general reading. I'm going to start with some oracle cards as always, but this time I'm going to use two different oracle decks. The first one I'm using is the Ancestral, Adinkra Ancestral Guidance cards by Bresi-Ando Tools for Living. Okay, this is for Scorpio. It's just from Scorpio from the ancestors, please. Just for Scorpio from Nana and Samantha. Just for Scorpio from Nana and Samantha. Since these both flipped over, I'm going to take them both. So you got Inchinchim. Inchinchim is twisting, a symbol depicting the twists and turns of life and the need to be versatile and resilient to survive, Scorpio. And you also have Impunum, which is 5 tufts of hair. I'm going to read what the book has to say about both of them. Let's do Inchinchim first. Inchinchim. Initiative, dynamism, and versatility. You are in a quandary and unsure on how to get out. Clear your mind and space, then channel deeply within to summon the solution to this issue. You have the answers, you just need to get past negative noise. Additional meanings for this card is good or bad times are not permanent. If you did not experience tough times, how would you know the good times? You are built for this. You will not fail. You will get through. Okay, and Impunum, 5 tufts of hair, a symbol of priestly office, embodiment of lofty duty to a desired goal and loyalty. It represents a traditional hairstyle of joy that was worn by priestesses. I think this is the hairstyle or similar to the hairstyle that Rihanna wore on her Vogue cover recently. And I think it was Aries that got this card, so you might be dealing with an Aries, Scorpio, or you might have Aries in your chart. Let's see what else the book has to say about Impunum. Okay, Impunum is fortitude, readiness for life's challenges, and strength. Discover the many ways to wear your royalty. How are you choosing to represent your goodness within? Do not hide from your birthright. Additional meanings are fix your crown, wear your royalty out loud, see, believe, and celebrate your goodness. Beautiful. And the next oracle deck I'm going to use is the Okana oracle. And this deck helps to facilitate shadow work. I hope all the Scorpios are doing well. Spirits are tight-lipped about you right now, Scorpio. You keeping a secret? You're not talking? Spirit, do you have any messages for Scorpio from the Okana oracle? This is too many. Mercurial. Today cannot be like tomorrow, Scorpio. Let's see what the guidebook has to say about Mercurial. Okay. The shadow element of Mercurial is to be fickle and indecisive, struggling with keeping focus on any one thing, prone to diving headfirst into something of interest and promptly abandoning it. There's a difference between being spontaneous versus being unreliable. There's also a difference between needing new experiences for excitement versus escapism. This card announces the presence of instability within one's interests, follow through and ability to complete within one's interests, follow through and ability to complete projects or fulfill obligations. In a shadow context, this could be calling on you to take stock of your unfinished business and the loose ends. It can also be questioning why you feel the need to switch from objective to objective, be it travel, career, hobby, or relationships. What are you avoiding? What are you seeking that the last thing didn't fulfill? Why does sticking with someone or something bore you almost immediately? Why do you make plans and regret them after the fact? Okay, Scorpio, I feel like your oracle cards have given you a lot to consider, a lot to think about. Twisting is talking about having to endure the twists and turns of life, needing to understand that it's necessary for you to experience those negative things or those difficult times in life so that you can fully appreciate the good times. And Putnam talks about wearing your royalty out loud and adorning yourself and not being afraid to let the world see how beautiful you are, how royal you are. And Mercurial is talking about not being flaky, Scorpio, about sticking to things and seeing things through to the end. Okay, we're going to get into your tarot, and we're going to be using the Akamara tarot. This is by the same creator as the Okana Oracle, a Black woman. And everything is pre-shuffled. I just still like to shuffle a little bit on camera. That's just for Scorpio, please. Do you have to tell Scorpio for the second half? Ooh, okay. All right. Okay, Scorpio. So the first card you got out is Elder. number 5. This would be the Hierophant in the traditional tarot. This card talks about our spiritual teachers. It could in the traditional tarot would be like a priest or a pastor or something like that. But in the Akamara tarot, because it's based in African spiritual traditions and spiritual traditions throughout the diaspora, our elders are our spiritual teachers. So this is asking you to think about the teachings of your elders. Think about how you are applying those teachings to your everyday life. If you are honoring what it is that your elders have taught you, or this could specifically be about a particular elder in your life and calling you to examine the relationship that you have with them. It could be about your spiritual path in general also. Maybe there are some changes that you're making in that area of your life, or some um, things that are shifting when it comes to your spiritual practice. The next card you have is Conjure. This would be the Magician in the traditional tarot. This talks about having everything you need to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. And I'm going to refer to the book once I've gotten through this the initial interpretation of this spread, because every deck has its own purpose, its own voice, its own personality, and I don't want you to miss out on any messages that this deck has for you. And I just feel like there are some specifics about this card that I'm not 100% sure on yet, and I want to make sure that you're getting the fullness of your reading. So specifically this symbol that's in the middle, I feel like it could have to do with Eshu from Ifa or from the Yoruba spiritual traditions, but I'm not 100% sure. Eshu is the deity, the Orisha, who opens our roads, who makes the way for us, the literally the waymaker, the road opener, and he carries all our prayers and petitions to the other Orisha, to our ancestors, to Mother, Father, God. There is no ritual no ritual is valid without first giving honor to Eshu and asking him to help make it possible. So maybe this is, saying that anything is possible for you. You have everything you need to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest, but you still need to give credit where credit is due and give honor where honor is due, specifically to Eshu. But I'm going, like I said, to refer to the book just to be sure that that is what that symbol is about. And you have the Nine of Cutlass here, which would be the Nine of Swords in the traditional tarot. This is about having a lot of anxieties about something, being really stuck in your mind about something. Could also be fears and nightmares, but it's not the same as the Eight of Cutlass, which is really feeling trapped within your thoughts and unable to move. The Nine of Cutlass is anxiety. You can make moves and you can do what you need to do. You don't necessarily feel stuck, but you feel anxious or afraid about what it is that you need to do, or about whatever it is that's happening around you. And then you have Soul, or the Sun. This talks about supreme clarity, being able to see everything being illuminated. It's also the source of all energy, the source of all life. Yeah, so I feel like you are experiencing some spiritual growth, or could be on a new spiritual path, or learning some new spiritual teachings, and you may be concerned or having some anxiety about wanting to manifest happiness in your life, but I feel like spirit and your elders are trying to get you to let go of that anxiety, to understand that you are fully capable of manifesting whatever it is that you would have. And under the deck, which could be overall energy or something that is hidden, is the Eight of Cane. Would be the Eight of Wands. That talks about swift moving messages, messages of passion or messages that are coming in a passionate manner, a quick, fiery way. So this could be spiritual messages that you're receiving. It could be messages that you are receiving from an elder that give you some type of clarity. We are going to check first on conjure, and then we are going to clarify with the Rider-Waite. Okay, so it says, all right, in this card, I chose to depict the man who is finally in tune with his higher self at the top of the card, his Loas or spirits with many incarnations in the middle. So this represents many Loas, who are the deities of Beninese Vodun, Louisiana Voodoo, and Haitian Voodoo. And the Loa, the Neteru, the Orisha, the Abosun, um, and is it Nkisi? Don't quote me because I'm not sure. But there are many different names for these deities depending on what spiritual tradition you're following and what region of Africa it originates from. But essentially, all these deities have the same DNA. They represent the same energies, but their manifestations are different. The ways in which they're worshipped or revered are different because, they come from different places. So the languages are different. The cultures surrounding those systems of those religious systems or spiritual systems is different. So because the culture and the language is different, then they'll have different names and sometimes different representations, but at their core, those deities are the same. So back to this. His Loas or spirits with many incarnations middle, for which guide within the spiritual plane and the physical self bottom during the process of communicating the change he seeks. Within these practices is not only your lone ability to manifest, but the support and assistance bestowed upon you by the spirits within that pantheon that seek you out. It is important to recognize the influence that these beings have on the success of the work, and realizing that the conjurer or magician doesn't always suggest that you are to do these things completely alone. Spiritually, that is. In fact, most distinguish that they are never alone. We are never alone. Our deities are always around us. The choice to omit the four elemental objects from this card calls on the fact that within the practitioner already exists the power of each of these things. The sword or cutlass, the ability to clearly communicate, is within you. The cup or calabash, the ability to use one's emotions to govern responsibly, within you. The wand or cane, to take whatever action is necessary, within you. Pinnacle or cowrie, to be consistent and freely give offering, is within you. When you get this card in a reading, it represents doing the work needed to manifest aspects you are seeking to bring into the physical. It means having the intellectual acumen to clearly communicate intent using whatever method you choose to make things move in your favor. That overall your success in desired ventures hinges on your own determination, willpower, and the belief in your own individual ability to manifest. It is a call to action to stop standing by letting life happen to you, but instead using the power within you and without to write the course of your life. This card suggests that you have the strong will and power to move forward in any endeavor. So yes, it is about manifesting, but it's about recognizing the assistance of spirit in those manifestations. And I feel like there is an elder who is present, who is helping you to learn and grow in working with these spirits, working with your working with the deities, working with your ancestors to manifest what you want in your life. Because yes, you manifest things on your own in the physical sense, but you are never alone in the spiritual sense. Okay? All right, so let us get into the clarification. Why is it over here, Spirit? Maybe you're needing to contact an elder or communicate with them somehow. I know it's difficult to spend time with people right now, especially our elders, because we want to keep them safe. But I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to be in communication with the elders in your life, Scorpio. Okay. In the traditional tarot, the elder, like I said, would be the Hierophant, and some people see the Hierophant as a marriage card because in that card there are two people standing before a priest. There's only the elder in this card, but this other card that has come out with it makes me think that it could possibly still have to do with marriage. We will get to that in 1 second. Let me see. Is there anything else that you want to tell us about the elder? Anything else you want to tell Scorpio about the elder, the summoning spirit? Clear messages, please. Any clarifications or elaborations for the elder? Okay, so nothing else is coming out for the elder. The card that came out to clarify it is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups could be an apology. It could be a proposal. A message. It's a message of love, and it has a surprise in that cup. Someone could be pregnant. That's what I think about whenever I think of whenever I see fish. But more than anything, this is a message of emotion, a message about love. And it could be maybe you are needing to apologize to an elder about something, or just express your love and appreciation for an elder. Maybe an elder dreamed that somebody was pregnant. Maybe they dreamed of fish. I know that is something that a lot of people throughout the diaspora say that dreams of fish, especially when an elder dreams of them, means that someone in the family is pregnant. So, just a thought. Let's see what is here for conjure. What else do you have to tell us about conjure? Why's conjure here for Scorpio? I have a certain Scorpio in mind right now, and I definitely hope they see this very soon. We were definitely talking about this recently. This is amazing. Anything else to tell us about conjure? Okay, so there's nothing else for conjure. What we got to clarify conjure was the Six of Swords. So this is moving out of rough emotional waters into calmer waters, whether that means an actual physical move from one location to another, or just moving out of a troubled emotional space into one that is much more calm and stable. And I feel like this is something that you are really wanting to do, Scorpio, or maybe that you have already done. Because it's here with conjure, with it being something that you want to manifest. And it also reminds me of intention, because this talks about needing the difficult to be able to appreciate the easy, needing the bad to be able to appreciate the good. And this is moving out of the space of negative or bad experiences into better, more pleasant experiences. You are manifesting that for yourself. Okay, you are also manifesting stability and being in control of your money, having material abundance, having enough for yourself and enough to offer, and having happiness. You see, everything around the King of Pentacles is growing, and he makes very wise decisions when it comes to his money, when it comes to what's, his sources of income, what jobs to take, what contracts to accept, what to spend money on or not to spend money on, what investments to make. I feel like, Scorpio, you are possibly moving out of a time in your life where you experience lack, or you experience not being able to manifest the abundance that you would like to see when it comes to material wealth. And you are moving out of that space into one where you're going to have everything you need and have the things that you want, and you will be well equipped to keep that uh, manifested abundance stable, to keep it in your life, because you have had the experiences of lack. Having less has taught you how to appreciate when you have more, and because you appreciate it, you will be better equipped to keep it. Okay. Scorpio, you might be dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or this could be you being in this particular energy, or anyone else. Anything else to tell us about that? Okay, so the Nine of Cutlass, that card that talked about anxiety, possibly, being kept up at night, insomnia, having nightmares, is being clarified by the Five of Cups. So I feel like there is an energy of regret that someone is in. This could be you or someone that you are dealing with. An energy of regret about having knocked over these three cups, basically crying over spilled milk, and being so much in an energy of regret that they are not able to see that there are still two full cups behind them. The Queen of Wands is here. This is why I say you might possibly be dealing with a fire sign. This is a very sexy, confident energy, one that is who considers very carefully where to expend her energy. And it doesn't have to be a she. This is just feminine energy. Very carefully considers what actions to take, but then when they decide, what actions they're going to take, they do so confidently. They move forward being sure about themselves, and they radiate light. They absolutely glow. They're a little magical, a little witchy. You got the black cat here. Of course, she has a wand because she's the queen of wands. These sunflowers represent confidence and about taking the sun with her wherever she goes. Whatever room she steps into, she brightens it up. And I feel like someone could be in an energy of being regretful about maybe having lost a Queen of Wands energy or something like that. I don't necessarily feel like it is the Queen of Wands who is in this energy. And the 10 of Knives is here. And this shows progress because someone has gone from the 9 to the 10. Now, the 10 talks about an extremely painful situation, having been backstabbed or something that was so painful you felt like you might not survive it. You might literally die, but you do not die. Tens break down to a 1. So this is the ending of a cycle of extreme pain and moving into one that brings new clarity. Again, intention, twisting, going through life's ups and downs and twists and turns, and having to experience the negative in order to bring about the positive energy and in order to be able to understand and appreciate the positivity when it comes into our lives. So, it could be this Queen of Wands energy who is experiencing some regret about something that happened in the past. They don't necessarily have to be a person who was in the wrong to regret, the way things turned out. But something very painful happened, and there's still a lot of mental energy being spent thinking about whatever that situation was. Okay, our soul here. Mm. Or soul here, Spirit. Anything else to tell Scorpio about soul? Okay. So the only card clarifying soul is the Death card. This card can be about endings, but I definitely feel like it's more about transformations. And in the back of this card, we have the sun. And I can't tell whether the sun is setting or rising here. I feel like it's rising, but I'm not sure. But I feel like the sun is coming in, or soul is coming in to give you some clarity to brighten your days in a sense after having gone through a very difficult situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be a love situation because there isn't much here that is suggesting romance to me. I just really feel like you are going through some type of spiritual shift, some type of spiritual growth, and Spirit is saying that you need to show appreciation to your spiritual help, to your elders, honor your actual spiritual helpers, your deities, your ancestors, and they are going to help you manifest the things that you want to have in your life. A new, more calm, stable, enjoyable beginning. A transformation after having gone through a very painful cycle. That transformation is going to bring in lots of clarity, and lots of illumination. And I feel like what is hidden, or what the overall energy could be, I really feel like this is hidden though, is the fact that you have a lot of choices to make, or have a choice to make, and have a lot of options, as far as that choice is concerned, and you might be experiencing some confusion around those options. But I feel like the sun is going to come in for you and give you a lot of clarity around those things. I feel like maybe you are trying to decide whether you're going to stick to something, and with Mercurial here, Spirit is saying to finish what it is you have started, even if it doesn't seem like it's going to work out. If it looks bad at this point, there's going to be a transformation that brings the sun in for you. So hang in there, stick to whatever this is that is going on, or whatever it is that you're working on. And I really feel like this is inner work. This is spiritual work that you are doing, Scorpio. But when you come out of it, there is going to, the sun is the happiest card in the deck, the most joyful card. It brings the most good energy. So there's nothing but good for you on the other side of this work that you're doing. And Spirit is saying that it's okay to look good and to shine while you're doing it, to let your royalty be seen. Okay? All right, Scorpio, I hope this resonated for you. I love you so much. If it does resonate, please let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Honeybird Tarot. Tomorrow, which is May 14th at 6 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to go live and do a love reading where I will allow people to ask their yes or no love questions. And I'm going to try to do that every Thursday at 6. I think we decided on 6 or 7. Just meet me at Honeybird Tarot. Follow me, and I will. You'll see whether it's 6 or 7. All right. Okay, Scorpio. Pelu Ife with love. Bye bye.